Hello, everybody, and welcome to Emily's Upcycled Home, where I take thrifted and salvage items and turn them into rustic home decor pieces. For project number one, we're going to be working with glass jars, and we're going to just turn some simple glass jars into some cute floral arrangements here. Now, because the glass is so slick, I come in with a sealer first so that my paint has a place to adhere to the slickness of the glass. Coming in here with 2 coats of French eggshell by Fusion Paint, and Fusion Paint does have a built-in sealer, so I'm going to come in and distress the piece with a piece of sandpaper. And I'm using a 320 grit here, but I should have went a little bit coarser because I had to really rub and really hard on this piece. But I'm just trying to pull out all the detail that I have in the glass, the measuring parts, the extra little grooves on the glass that are raised up, and of course coming in on the rim of the glass as well and distressing that. And once I have this all distressed where I want, we're going to come in and we're going to come and play with some waxes and layering up the piece and this jar a little bit more, adding a little bit more dimension and variation here. Now, the first step here, I'm going to go ahead and come in with a DIY white wax, and I'm going to layer up my jar here. And of course, I'm trying to get it into all those little nooks and crevices. And as soon as I have my jar covered, I'm going to come in with my lint-free rag, and I am going to wipe off all the excess. And wax is pretty simple to use. You just wipe it on and wipe it off and just keep layering as much layers as you want, as dark as you want. And you can play with waxes and mix waxes as well, which we're going to do here. I'm going to come in next with the DIY dark wax after I go ahead and thoroughly wipe off the excess of the white wax. Now, it didn't give me a very big difference here, but it did give me a variation here that I do like. So I'm going to come in and continue on with the second jar, and then here are the 2 jars all finished. And then we're going to add some dark wax, and I'm coming in with my brush, making sure that I offload my piece, and I'm coming in very lightly here with the dark wax, blending on the bottom, blending in on the top, pulling down and going around like the edges darker, and then hitting it on the inner parts of the glass here. Now I'm just going to keep layering this up until I like the look of the piece. Mind you, I'm not going heavy with the dark wax here. And once again, after I have the piece where I want, I'm going to come in with my rag and wipe off all the excess. Now we're going to go ahead and decorate our pieces here, and I decided to bring in some peach roses here, and I bought this at Hobby Lobby along with these little buds here, and I just made my own little bundle, binding them with some wire, using some packing paper, stuffing that in there, and then I'm going to top it off with moss. Now the packing paper is going to hold it in place and make it so that you can remove your flowers and change them out. And then I'm going to come in here with this pretty peachy satiny colored ribbon with a little bit of fringe around it, and tie it in a bow in the front, and just fix it up to where you like it. And then this project is complete. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please help my Facebook business page grow. Go follow me over there. I'll have that link in the description. Now for project number 2, we're going to come in with these Rooster ceramic plates here that I thrifted a while ago. Now if you notice here, the roosters are raised off the plate, as well as the sunflowers and all that. But I'm going to come in here and we're just going to add a white base to here. And I'm going to come in with DIY paint in the color beadboard. Remember, make sure that your surface is clean. You can also do the spraying technique here, since this is a slick surface, to help your paint stick even further. But DIY paint pretty much sticks to a lot of things, and that's what it's made for. So I'm coming in with the first layer of the color beadboard, and I'm kind of doing a pouncy method here For one, to get in all the nooks and crannies, and for the second, to build up some texture just by adding layers of paint here. So I'm going to come in and do the second one and continue on with that process. Now, I'm coming in with the French eggshell. I did do 2 coats of that white, and then you're going to see there's some color underneath because I try to go a different route and just adding some distressing to that white and coming in with some antique or distress inks that I use, you know, the method with my top coat and just blending that in. But I did not like it. I was not feeling it. Wasn't the look I was after for these pieces. So then I come in with that French eggshell by Fusion Paint, and I'm coming in with my brush, and notice I'm going every which way, every which direction, because once again I'm trying to build that variation and that texture and that design kind of in the background of the piece. I didn't want a smooth surface there, so I went ahead and just layered up the paint in any which direction to do that. Now I'm coming in with my heat gun to help the drying process, and to second to see if I can build a little bit more chunky paint here as it dries, and it didn't really give me anything extra here, but I go ahead and distress this piece just with a soft sanding block and pulled it off because some of the paint is still not thoroughly dry, so the sanding block did the trick for me. I come in with my oxidized distressed ink and the colored walnut stain, and then we add our Big Top Aftershow by DIY to go ahead and blend and smear that ink into our project here, just giving it a little bit of more of an age look, maybe a little bit more of a rust look. And then we'll go ahead and continue on, and I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to the edges so that it shows you that the plate is circle, like it kind of pulls out the shape of the plate. And then lastly, I lost some footage, but I do come in with some white wax and do the same process as I did with the dark wax. Don't forget, you can catch me over on Whatnot, where I'm having live auctions every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So project number 3 is going to be a book decor. Now I found this piece, you guys, already done like this in my stash. What was I doing with it? I don't know. It just got set aside, but we're going to go ahead and continue on with it. And I'm just coming in with some waxes. Whatever leftover waxes were on my brush from the previous Rooster project is coming onto here. I'm not going to really add any more unless I want to deepen it a little bit more. Then we can go ahead and add more waxes. Now using that IOD trimmings mold there for that piece on the spine. And then, of course, that is cathedral taupe on that book. So after I add in all these waxes, I come in back with this Fusion paint and just my finger, and I'm going to go ahead and layer some of that tone onto our spine and onto all the edges of the book, and just blending here, working with my finger, because why not, you guys? Sometimes finger painting is just fun. Things don't have to be brushed on all the time. So I'm going to come in and once again get all those edges with that paint, adding a little variation of color and tone to the book. And once I have that completed, we'll go ahead and start transforming the front with the design that I would like. You know, I'm just thinking of what I want, and this is more of a French country theme. So then I thought like maybe a chicken, and I know I have some transfer here with the chicken somewhere, so we're gonna go ahead and come in and transform it with some IOD transfers and see where we go from there. Now once I have all that blue on there, I'm gonna go ahead and once again and blend in with my blending brush to like mix up all the colors and make it not so blotchy here. So then that's the last step. I come in here with that, and then like I said, we'll come in with some transfers here, and this is the Rooster transfer from the Brocomp packet from IOD, and I'm just gonna go ahead and place that on the front, and you guys know the drill. You go ahead and place your transfer and then pull off the extras. And this is me just showing you the colors that I used. I came in with that Fusion taupe, and the Dixie Belle Grunge Gray, as well as the DIY dark wax. And this is all the colors that are blended onto this book. And the last part was the fusion eggshell to hit all the edges. Now that I have my transfer in, I'm coming in with the crockery decor stamps by DIY, and we're going to come in with our archival ink in black, and we're just going to go ahead and stamp these pieces. You can use any ink you guys want. You know, this is just the ink pad that I had. So I'm going to just go ahead and lastly seal up all the pieces. Make sure that your ink is dry first, because you will smear it if it's not dry. And then we're going to come in with some little twine, a little piece of greenery, and stage up the book. And I didn't go add too much on this piece because I want the picture to be, you know, the pop here, not anything else. So I go ahead and add that twine piece, a piece of greenery, and then you're going to see me clean up the edges here of all the flyaways from my twine with my lighter, re-put that greenery. And then I decided to add some little buttons here with a vintage buttons and a little safety pin that I use usually in my junk journaling. So I go ahead and add that there just for a little element there. And there we go. Don't forget, you can catch me live every Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now I'm over on my YouTube channel. And if you didn't catch last week's video, please help that video out and go back and watch it. I'll have that link in the comments. And here are our finished projects. Thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more DIY videos. Check out the description for my links, and I will see you all on the next one.